keep the FPS in a little bit on the low-ish side this time, since the game's in 30 anyway, so shouldn't really affect anything. Oh yeah, this is the camp. The elven camp. What am I here to do? Aveline's captain. And what is this here, then? And what's on this map? What on earth is on Sundermount? Why can't I move the map? It does show that there's something, so I guess we'll go that way. Oh, hello, Z! I noticed you saw it popped up and says you're playing Stray. Really? Hold on a second. Oh, it removed the game. Hold on a minute. What the heck? Well, thank you for telling me. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Apparently my, thing chose not to show the game I was playing. Thank you, Z.
If you're wise, you'll stay far away.
Oh, blah, blah, blah to you too. It says that there's something here. Yeah, something over here.
You remind me of Harin Pyvel, Varric. Only younger and shorter, and not as serious.
So, it's a close resemblance then.
Well, he tells stories, and you tell stories. Although none of his begin, "No shit, there I was."
I'll have to give him some better stories then.
No shit, there I was. Ah, now there's a bunch of people here. Yeah. What quest is this for? Amaranthine Conspirator. Okay. The people who killed that guy's family. Well, hi.
You're one of the Amaranthine conspirators. There's a bounty on your head.
Curse you!
Okay. Curse you!
Curse you.
You're gonna regret this! You're pathetic!
Are we?
Let's finish this!
I've got this one! Right there!
Despite my best efforts, I am the one getting shot at most often. Alright. Ooh. Royale 1 and 2. It's a longsword. I think that our Knight Lady could use that. Title is correct now, it seems, but it was funny to get the notification. That is really funny. I wonder why it did that. Oh well. Right. Now that we've done it, we can leave the area. Is there anything on Sundermount at night? It does still show that there's something to do on Sundermount. Oh, there's an herbalist task here. Really? What on earth could I be looking for her? Nothing lit up the map. Although, I guess I can go back there later. Oh, good. It plops me right back where I was. So now that I have her quest... Doesn't look like there's anything over here that I wasn't looking at. Or not seeing, rather. Maybe it's something back up the mountain? Oh, maybe it was the place... Well, actually, hold on. Maybe I know where it is. Might be able to. Oh, I can no longer click to move? Oh, no, I can. That's weird. I'm just gonna walk up the mountain while holding down tab to see if I spot this herb that we're supposedly able to grab here. I suspect that, Ah! Is that what I was looking for? Maybe. A rock slide? Oh. No, I can't look at it? Okay. I could look at it, but I can't look at it. Gotcha. Alright. I don't want to leave until I have what I'm looking for, so... What is the herbalist looking for, though? A giant spider silk gland. They live in ruins throughout the free marches. A dragon fang. And pure iron bark. Dalish may know where to find it. Okay. Then hold on.
Yeah, we want to talk to somebody in the Dalish clans.
Yeah. Probably not Meryl, I imagine. But there is
Probably not.
Dalish camp is right down here, so I can talk to them.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people there that you... Well, not a bunch. There are a few people there.
There are several people who probably know about trees.
They are elves, after all.
They do frolic, but not in the trees, because the trees would get jealous. They do frolic everywhere else, though, according to Meryl.
Yes. You're far most expert on mages.
On elves?
May the dread wolf never hear your
And mages.
footsteps,
Why
child.
not?
Okay, I cannot talk to her.
Maybe it's just
The only
me
one
that's
in your
cursed
party
my
is a
love.
blood mage right now.
Master Elin.
Oh, Meryl. So you've returned.
Oh,
How has your time been among the Shemlin?
It's been nothing but roses and rainbows, Master Island. The alienage is lovely in the spring. The collapsing shacks and drunken brutes are nicely offset by the knee-deep mud.
This path has been of your own choosing, Meryl. A path that has saddened the clan greatly.
Perhaps if the clan was more accepting of the ancient ways and not so mired in fear.
oh.
We will not bicker like children in front of strangers. We cannot undo what is done. My apologies for that display. Perhaps we can start again. You've returned. Is there something you need?
I'm looking for iron bark.
Do you have any pure iron bark in stock?
What use is ironbark to you? I've never met a Shem who could bend it to his will. Either way, I'm out of stock. I do know where it can be found, but it is impossible to retrieve. Our people were forbidden from venturing to the area after we lost 2 of our best hunters there.
Can I help?
What's the problem? Maybe I can give you a hand dealing with it.
I find it insulting that you think you would succeed where we could not.
I'm
The
helping!
place is overrun by darkspawn.
Oh.
If we tried to eradicate them, we would risk the precious few hunters we have left. I'll show you where the area is. What you do with the information is up to you.
I just offered to help.
This is why I hate to say this because it's not the whole truth, but it is at least partially why the elves are in the spot that they are.
Well, like, no, I get that it's two sides of extreme animosity from two peoples who have every right to be pissed off at the other for really heinous crimes in the past. But like we've said before, if you want to fix shit, you're going to have to, somebody's going to have to go, okay, look.
No, it's not so much. I don't think this is justified because you've done nothing but assist, and yeah, he is still lashing out at you.
Oh, there we go. Like,
What person, like, why, if you are having an issue, why would you lash out at the person offering to assist?
well,
It's
say-
not even you were being presumptuous.
I mean, that is true. I was not, or at least I was trying not to be presumptuous. Ah! a darkspawn. How are you guys? Somehow much weaker than previously remembered. Can you shoot them, please? There we go. All right, we good? We fine? We Gucci? We good? All right, cool, great. Anyway, well, my understanding of this is not me going, oh, he has every right to be mad at me. I'm saying I understand this scenario. I get that to them, there's nothing but nasty memories between elves and humans and vice versa. And that I understand why they are mad at each other. Because the elves enslaved humans, and the humans turned around and did the same thing back to them when they got in power. But, just like in real life, while it may be understandable for you to be mad about past things, because, you know, even if you weren't alive back then, it's not like it doesn't affect, you know, the current age. Eventually somebody's going to have to stop the cycle, or it's just going to keep happening. And then everybody will be miserable forever. Which then, of course, brings me around to my thought of, so he should not be yelling at me for no reason. I have done nothing but attempt to help. Come to Sundermount, find some herbs, the non-smoking kind, says Z. Yes. Yeah, don't worry about it. Could it be?
As the series progresses and you see more, you'll understand why I said what I said.
Oh,
so, I'm not saying that humans haven't mistreated elves. That is obvious. That is, like, factual. But the elves are sometimes their own worst enemy.
Oh, for sure. Well, it reminds me of a phrase that, funnily enough, actually from World of Warcraft, Mr. Pandaria, of all things. Oh goodness, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? Let's go here. Mr. Pandaria, of all things, which is, pride is only useful until it's not. You should be proud of yourself and your things and all that jazz until it starts biting you in the ass.
Your people came a long way, Meryl.
Oh.
But I'd like to think we have Ferelden in
The elves passed that point.
I never saw Lothering.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
think they
walk
did.
as much as we did? Probably more. You didn't start with Hala. Our ship stunk.
Your ship?
There was something foul in the hold. Oh, I can still smell it.
Oh, well, that must have been unpleasant.
It was. Did I miss another dirty thing?
No.
I mean, Meryl, if you really want to hear a dirty joke, just ask Varric. I'm sure he's got like 1 million, and he will happily give them to you. But no, from the little bits I've gleaned in the previous game and the little snippets that you've told me,
Pure ironwood. It's perfect.
I think I am inclined to agree that the level of pride on both ends has gotten way too high.
You'll see.
And you would think that it would ease up a little bit considering the Darkspawn appeared in the last game. And they were
You'll
more
see.
than happy to
I don't
stab
I'm not
all
gonna
of the things.
spoil anything.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. A business discussion.
Let's just say there's more to the elves than even they know.
Z says, one thing I do like about Dragon Age 2 is the loading screens. Games nowadays are so quick you can't enjoy the detailed art that they put into certain games of yesteryear. That is true. There's been some games that have like a particularly interesting loading screen that people talk about. I think this happened to you, didn't it, Mike? That there was a game you were playing where people were like, oh, there's XYZ thing on the loading screen, and you never got to see any of it because the game loaded way too fast. I just don't remember what game it was.
Yeah, I don't recall it either.
There's like some hidden thing in the loading screen, and never got to see it as a result. But
I do remember that being an issue, but I don't recall what game it was. So.
Yeah.
Daisy, for my sake, please quit cutting through the alleys in Lowtown alone at night.
Nothing ever happens. I'm perfectly safe, Varric.
Yes, I know. And that nothing is costing me a fortune.
Oh! The reason nothing's hurting her is he's paying people not to bother her. Oh. That's actually really kind of sweet of him. And also...
Back on the waves.
And also, yeah. Not just Meryl, but people in general. Don't go wandering through alleyways at night all by yourself. Oh.
That's not enough.
Lord Harrimont, what do we do with the human?
Stand down. She's not our foe.
What
You
was that
sound
about?
familiar.
Assassins. The boat to Ravane is within sight, but the Carta would see me dead before I get there. How would you like to make some coin?
His name sounds familiar. You're a lord.
I've never seen a dwarven lord.
You still haven't. If you're looking at him in daylight, he's not a lord anymore.
I'm Renville Harrimont, the last of my house. My family was once revered in Orzammar. Now I'm nothing but a surfacer on the run.
I helped your family in the previous game, didn't I? Or, well...
Well, no, you didn't help his
Didn't
family,
really
actually.
help. I think I
You
might be
actually-
responsible for this.
Yeah.
I think I might have had a hand in this.
You must have greatly angered the Carter for them to attack you with so many witnesses around.
My family was murdered one by King Balin, after my uncle failed to
Oh,
claim the
that's
throne.
who it was!
Balin's reach is long, and his vengeance a terrible thing to behold.
Sorry. He was the least racist one I could find. Also, hi, Doc. We're on a bit of a lag delay, but everything should be fine. I will help you, good sir.
I'll clear the way for you, Harrimont.
Dispatch these ruffians and I'll pay you what I can now. And by the ancestors, I will reward you proper when I am safe. What is your name?
Hawke.
A good name. I will remember it.
The Carta has several groups lying in wait for us. Take the battle to them.
Ferelden, ain't you? Much to the coast, seems like.
I'll just walk along these corpses, shall I? Throw them into the sea. Excuse me.
Harrimont spoke to you, didn't he?
Hi.
Whatever reward he offered, we'll offer you more to kill him.
How about no?
How about I take care of you instead?
Stupid bastard!
How about no?
Just, like, really, like, there wasn't much holding back the racism, was
Go on, I'll catch up.
Heal her. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh no, Meryl.
I think that's the last of them.
Alright, there we go. Oh. All I heard was Varric shout, "Help, I'm stuck!" And I turned around and there's a guy. Alright, you okay? We all good? We're all great. Alright, cool.
Make her turn his gaze on you, child.
Not sure that the 30 FPS is helping the buffering. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it made a damn bit of difference. But I'm not going to start and stop the stream now. I guess we'll just have to put up with it. Oh well.
Look at all.
Thanks, but no thanks.
What? Look at all the something. Oh! Oops. Yes. I didn't realize there was a gather your party button right there.
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arashok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
Short mouth. The short mouth. Yep, Fur found the new favorite battle cry from Dragon Age. They said their new favorite one is let the Maker have mercy on you because I certainly won't.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your era shock. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
Doc says his favorite quote is by the tits of my ancestors. I'm guessing that's Varric. Hello.
Illustrious Arashok, I am here to report that your hated Talvashoth were felled, one and all. Right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Say something.
Qunari do not honor a deal?
The Talvashoth camped at the Wounded Coast are dead. You won't honor your bargain?
There is no bargain to honor. His offer for the Gatlock was refused, so he invented a task to prove his worth, when he has none.
I broke my beard getting your outcasts killed.
But he still has his beard. Do you think it hurts?
You hired someone more competent and now stand in their shadow pretending it is yours. You demean her accomplishment.
Ooh.
Get out of my sight before I bother lifting my sword.
The Talvashoth are gone.
Nevertheless, you have benefited from his action.
Do you think we are unable to hunt our own outcasts? This was interference, nothing more.
So I get nothing for all this work?
If anything, we have been denied the righteous application of the wisdom of the Qun. What payment should I exact for that? Go, dwarf, before I begin my tally.
He still owes me. I feel like this dude does not give a shit. I feel like the only thing really that you can do is just be like, just bow gracefully. Because if I tell him, like, he promised me money, he's gonna be like, I don't care. That is a problem you take up with him, not with me.
I think that the Arashok is... I think he's an honorable man and a good leader. But also keep in mind that the Qunari have their ways.
Yeah.
So, if you, in the interest of being respectful, yeah, I think demanding pay for a task that they did not
ask me to do, yeah,
even ask you to do is a little, is presumptuous, and they don't like that.
Yeah, I think Javaris should leave.
You may want to take this opportunity to go.
But he has to sell. It's a product. People want it.
There is no profit in empowering those not of the Qun. The means of creating the Gatlock is ours alone. It shall be dispensed only to our enemies, in the traditional manner.
You are a frustrating people. And you're fired. Sodding bunch of oxmen and dog lords. A whole lot breathing smoke. Pah.
Hey, it's not my fault you're full of shit.
Human. There's no more coin for you here.
But there could be. The Qun. It's a little bit long, but we shall read it. The Qun! Long ago, the Ashkarai lived in a great city by the sea. Wealth and prosperity shone upon the city like sunlight, and still its people grumbled in discontent. The Ashkari walked the streets of his home and saw that all around him were the signs of genius, triumphs of architecture, artistic masterpieces, the palaces of wealthy merchants, libraries, concert halls. But he also saw signs of misery, the poor, sick, lost, frightened, and the hopeless. And the Ashkari asked himself, how can one people be both wise and ignorant, great and ruined, triumphant and despairing? So the Ashkari left the land of his birth, seeking out other cities and nations, looking for a people who had found wisdom enough to end hopelessness and despair. He wandered for many years through empires filled with palaces and gardens, but in every nation of the wise, the great, and the mighty, he found the forgotten, the abandoned, and the poor. Finally, he came to a vast desert, a wasteland of bare rock clawing at the empty sky, where he took shelter in the shadow of a towering rock and resolved to meditate until he found his answer or perished. Many days passed, until one night, as he gazed out from the shadow of the rocks, he saw the lifeless desert awaken. 100,000 locusts hatched from the barren ground, and as one they turned south, a single wave of moving earth. The Ashkari rose and followed in their wake, a path of devastation miles wide. The once verdant land turned to waste, and the Ashkari's eyes were opened. Existence is a choice. There is no chaos in the world, only complexity. Knowledge of the complex is wisdom. From wisdom of the world comes wisdom of the self. Mastery of the self is mastery of the world. Loss of the self is the source of suffering. Suffering is a choice, and we can refuse it. It is in our power to create the world or destroy it. And the Ashkari went forth to his people. An excerpt from the Kyun. Interesting.
Yeah, so you'll find that because all of the codexes are given to you as like in-universe texts, obviously this is going to speak positively of the Kyun.
Yeah.
Because it's colored with the fact that, the Kunari are the ones who wrote this.
Yeah. Oh, Doc says in response to our discussion earlier about, or our comments earlier about, pride only being useful until it is no longer, he says, in the Elder Scrolls in Morrowind, the Dark Elves view both pride and humility as their virtues. Be prideful in your accomplishments and against your enemies, but be humble in your mistakes and transgressions. I agree. I think you should be proud of the things you do, but you shouldn't let it go to your head and tell you that you're better than everybody else.
Exactly. I mean, that just becomes arrogance.
Yeah. All right, the Kunari.
My sister says, tell that to House Halalu.
The people of the Kyun are, perhaps, the least understood group in Thedas. The Kunari Wars were brutal, but so was the Chantry Schism. So was the fall of the Imperium. Some of this misunderstanding is an accident of nature. The race we call Kunari are formidable. Nature has given them fierce horns and strange eyes, and the ignorant look on them and see monsters. Some is an accident of language. Few among the Kyun's people speak the common tongue, and fewer speak it well. In a culture that strives for mastery, to have only a passable degree of skill is humiliating indeed, so they often keep quiet amongst foreigners out of shame. Oh, that's an interesting thing to know. But much of it is a result of the culture itself. The Kunari view their whole society as a single creature, a living entity whose health and well-being is the responsibility of all. Each individual is only a tiny part of the whole, a drop of blood in its veins, important not for itself, but for what it is to the whole creature. Because of this, the Kunari most outsiders meet belong to the army, which the Kyun regards as if it were the physical body, arms, legs, eyes, and ears, the things a creature needs in order to interact with the world. One cannot get to know a person solely by studying his hand or his foot, and so one cannot truly meet the Kunari until one has visited their cities. That is where their mind and soul dwell. In Se-Haran and Par-Velen, one can truly see the Kunari in their entirety. There, the unification of the Kunari into a single being is most evident. Workers, whom the Kyun calls the mind, produce everything the Kunari require. The soul, the priesthood, seeks a greater understanding of the self, the world, and exhorts the body and mind to continually strive for perfection. The body serves as the go-between for the mind, the soul, and the world. Everyone and everything has its place, decided by the Kyun, in which they work for the good of the whole. It is a life of certainty, of equality, if not individuality. I see. All
Brother
right.
Jim TV.
Thankfully, that one was not by Brother Genitivi. That was made by somebody else. Okay, so there's nothing else on this part of the map. We can leave here. Okay. The Hanged Man. Hightown. Cast Treatise and House Accounting. The Seal of House Talwyn. The Way It Should Be. I wish I could see which quest this was. Hold on a second. The main plot is called Deep Rose Expedition. Okay, it's a business discussion and Wayward Son. Okay. Fenrir is the kid who is missing. Varric is... Okay. So as long as I don't do the one called Deep Rose Expedition, we are good. Okay. Nice crime you have around here. Talk to Meryl. Okay. Meryl wants to talk to us. Meryl.
This city is amazing. Do you know I saw someone get mugged? Right outside. It was fascinating.
Good God.
Everything happens here all at once. How does anyone keep it all straight?
Muggings are fascinating?
Someone has jumped outside your door and that's exciting?
It must be the alien age greeting. Hasn't happened to me yet, though. They must not like me.
Meryl, sweetheart.
It's so busy here. So many things just get... lost.
Are you feeling homesick?
Do you miss the Danish?
I miss Haren Pival's stories. The creaking of Aravels in the breeze. The city is so busy and confusing. And the elves here are not like my clan. But I'll get used to Kirkwall in time.
I see. Oh, the Templars spotted you.
The Templars haven't found you, have they?
I've been careful, even among the Dalish. Keepers never work magic in public. And I think the Templars don't even see me. I'm just another elf in the alienage.
You sound lonely.
Are you feeling lost here, Meryl?
A bit. But I'll adjust. I'm glad you came by. I needed someone to talk to.
Interesting. Okay, what we got? That's the Black Emporium. Let's do the Black Emporium. This is the guy who has secret fun tradey things for us. Oh, it's a big pile of Barclays.
Customer. Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium.
The statue is talking to me. Xenon, the antiquarian.
I am the great and magnificent Xenon, the antiquarian.
Ah, here we go. Xenon the Antiquarian. You received the invitation? Then you are fortunate indeed. Xenon is no ordinary man, as you will discover for yourself when you enter the Black Emporium. The item you'll see resting in the chair is not one of the displays, rather it is the proprietor. It may speak to you. That's Xenon, using the mystical bauble that has allowed him to communicate since he lost the power of speech. The story tells that Xenon was a Kirkwall nobleman in the Age of Steel almost 300 years ago. Obsessed with the pursuit of eternal life, he made a deal with a powerful witch. Some say it was the legendary Antivan Witch of the Wares. And his wish was granted. He obtained eternal life, but not eternal youth. His body became decrepit, and he used his vast wealth to seek out ways to preserve it. Some were magical, many were dangerous, and almost all of them were unsuccessful. What remains is an immobile mass of twisted flesh, and I think Xenon's mind has slowly decayed along with his body. He hid away in the Undercity and has slowly amassed a collection that's sure to amaze. If he invited you, he thinks you have the coin he needs to further his search for a cure. Just don't think of stealing anything. The golem is not for show. Although you are free to look around the shop, I wouldn't suggest staying over long. You might be present for one of the baths his servant gives him hourly to keep his flesh from becoming completely desiccated. Trust me, you don't want that. Great! So that is a dude. He is a big man. A big, shriveled man.
Look around. So many things to admire.
The Mirror of Transformation. Oh, I can change my appearance. Well, I don't need to. How do I leave? Help! I want to go. Oh, confirm. Okay.
Stare too intently at that. On second thought, please do.
You want a lozenge, my man? Oh, here's all of the cool stuff that you can buy. Ah, big power needed for this thing. Magister's Scythe. Physical damage, 63 attack, ignores enemy armor. Goodness gracious. Well, let's sell... We'll sell all junk for one. That is a dagger. I don't know if anybody uses that. Smuggler's room strappings. The demonic robes. Okay. It's Evelyn. Okay, so he sells a bunch of stuff. Maker's size. Well, that's going to really reoccasion. Ah! This is how you redo your attributes. If you,
Yes.
I see.
And it will be that way for, actually, I think, the next game as well.
Uh-huh.
I will have feedback, by the way, regarding that.
The gauntlets of the Nug.
There's a certain thing in the next game regarding this that I will need to advise you on.
Okay.
But it won't be a big deal until then.
Okay, so this is a place you can go to buy all kinds of crazy shit. Sandals of the Mystic. Well, cool. I can definitely check out that stuff later. Crafting materials. Oh, potions. Potions, potions, potions. Ah, recipes. Increases the amount of coins that creatures drop. You know what? I'll learn these. And I'll take one of those.
Manner of crafting lore gathered from throughout Thedas. Price negotiable.
Okay. Box of screaming? Oh. This is just some fun info. Okay. The box of screaming. I received the box from a man I met in the Silent Plains. He spoke little and would not reveal his name. For reasons I shall not detail here, I had been kidnapped and left for dead in that gray, wind-blasted wasteland. After days of walking, I was parched and close to death. I was about to dash my head on a rock to speed my passing when the man arrived. He possessed a water skin containing ample water for a person traveling from our location to the Imperial Highway. From there, he said, I could find my way to Solus, or Provantium. He offered to give me the water skin if I agreed to take 3 things from him: a glowing crystalline shard, a bronze sphere, and an iron-bound box with no hinges. I asked the man if he wished to have these items delivered, and he said he merely wanted me to have them. It was an odd request, but I was too weak and too desperate to think much of it, and so I agreed. The man put the items in a leather sack, which he handed to me along with the water. What about you? I asked. He said nothing, only pointed in the direction for which I'd come. There's nothing that way, he said. He merely smiled at me. I found the Imperial Highway about a day later, and a caravan driver agreed to take me to Provantium in exchange for the large glowing shard. In Provantium, I bartered the bronze sphere for new clothes and room at the inn. That night, I examined the iron-bound box and found there was no way to open it. I held it to my ear and thought I could hear slow, measured breathing coming from within. My mind was afire with curiosity, and I obtained from the innkeeper a large hammer, thinking to smash the thing open. The moment the hammer touched the box, it shrieked. The shrill sound pierced the depths of my soul. I gave the box to the innkeeper in the morning and felt better for having rid myself of it. And now it's here.
I'm tired of those plebeian items. Take what you like. No charge.
Oh, discarded weapons and armor. Song of Sorrows, ancient leather cuirass, and a helm of appreciation. Ah. These are all roguey things. Oh, there's a lot in here. Gloves of unknowably unknown? Okay. Ring of unheeded wisdom.
Charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
A vessel of tears. What is this? Oh, good. A vessel of tears. Although this wax-stoppered vessel is clearly labeled Tears Shed During the Burning of Treviso, many questions remain, not the least of which is, which burning of Treviso? When the Canari conquered it in 635 Steel? When it was burned by the liberating armies of the White and Black Divines during the Second Exalted March of 752 Storm? Or when it accidentally burned to the ground in 862, Blessed, after a dockhand knocked over a lantern in a warehouse full of oil? Even assuming the correct event could be determined, the question of whose tears have been collected remains. Presumably not any of the numerous fire victims, surviving relatives perhaps, nobles with summer homes on the Antivan coast. It should be noted that nowhere on the label does it say that these tears were shed in relation to the event. So they could have been the tears of a woman in Mont Samard, weeping because she was not asked to dance at the last costume ball, unaware that at that very moment one of the greatest port cities of Thedas was aflame. From the letters of Ferdinand Genitivi to Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Thank you, Mr. Genitivi. No comment? No comment. Hi.
Don't manhandle the urchin. He's not for sale. Find your own.
The stream is the chat delay is manageable, but the stream is garbled. It's buffering every few seconds. Oh. I wish I could do something about it. I mean, hold on. Maybe there is a little something. I'm going to turn the share screen off on, okay? I'll just let you know if people are talking, alright?
That's no problem.
Alright. Let's hope that that improves things, if even a little bit. So don't manhandle the urchin, child. Golem.
That's Gollum's name. Is Thaddeus Gigantus Crumbum the Third. He's my favorite.
I see. I thank you, good sir. I'm gonna go now. So now I know all this is here.
Yeah, they're all the way back when you were talking to the air shock.
Oh god, okay. Now hopefully it will,
Next time, we will...
No, we'll figure something.
We'll talk about this and fix it, but for the next time.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. What is here? Last of his line. So there's another quest here at the docks. I just left. Maybe I just need to wander the streets until I find all of the assassins.
Swording?
Those things you do with the sword. It looks tricky. Was it hard to learn?
Takes a lot of practice.
Well, you seem good at it. I bet one day you'll be the best sworder in Kirkwall.
Meryl.
I said something wrong again, didn't I? Maybe I'll just stop talking.
Meryl, darling.
The alien...
If you see a... She's probably a blood mage.
You've seen a blonde elf girl, she is probably a blood mage. Okay. It said there was a quest here.
I think the Canarius.
Ah, here they are. Hello. That's more.
Just fall already, you blighter!
Not my favourite stock. Tell you that for a lesson to be learned here.
There is literally a battle going on, good sir. Alright. So I guess we keep going this way. It's funny, this one doesn't seem to have like an actual... Ah! Doesn't seem to have any waypoints.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. You good over there, bro? He's actually doing fine. I'm shocked by that, frankly. Condescending brigade. Horn-headed oxman, suck your own powder and blow your damn heads off sodded is a funny variation of that line that I always get by Jarvis, says the... Oh my goodness. That's funny. That's a really amusing alternate line. Coral. Okay. Ah. There we go. The quest popped, so I think we got it all. I like you just hear people in the background going.
Watch out for the Canary compound. They seem very...
Canary always seem angry.
Strong.
Even if they aren't.
Yes and no. So piss off.
You good? Okay.
I wager you've a bright future ahead of you. Take this. More will come, as promised.
Hooray!
May the stone look after you.
Yay, we got us some money. Okay, now we can go. Alright. Let's see. There's the Hanged Man, which is the business discussion. Dark Town. The Birthright and Bread Blossom special. Alright, let's do that. To Dark Town! Based on the fact that its icon is a big rat, only good things could be there. I'm sure.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawke. Haven't seen you since we did that job together for Athenril. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? Athenril's scarce these days. And the coterie have their own mixers. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
Thanks. Aha. Debilitating poison. Thank you. Alright then. Oh. Oh, is that so? Boom.
I'll bleed them.
Could we cast this, please? There we go.
Let's do this.
The amount of NPCs that just walk through fights, they're like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna have to go shopping soon, I guess. But what? This goes to show, I suppose. Hello? Oh.
Seems to be unhealthy.
Seems to be unhealthy. We shouldn't get on our own bad sides. It's not healthy. Yeah, we should try not to, just in case we ever...
Don't like Darktown? Die and make room.
Bitch, I didn't even talk to you!
Well, now we know where the sewers lead.
A sack. A rusty metal spoon! God, I feel like that's a reference to something. Hell, Dillian.
This is yours, if I'm not mistaken.
You found it? By the void, I didn't think... Thank you.
What a fancy-looking gentleman. Let's see. Sure, whatever. This way.
Freedom. What a crock.
There's an elf NPC over there. He looks kind of like an egg. The Amel?
Like the place.
Ah.
If the cellars go this far, maybe we were important.
Yeah, it does seem so. We're getting into our own house. Oh, the stream might have jumped ahead enough. I don't know. I hope so. Quick save. Hello? Oh.
Let's finish this!
History of Kirkwall, Chapter 1. Oh, this is a big, long... Okay. Just setting my cough drop aside. History of Kirkwall, Chapter 1. It is difficult for many to comprehend today, but there was a time when Kirkwall was believed to be the very edge of the world. It was Amerius then, named after its founder, Magister Amerius Craven. Yep, Craven. And it was but one outpost on the very fringe of the Deventer Imperium. There, the Magister's serfs worked the quarries for the jet stone needed for the mighty temples of Minrathous. After a slave rebellion nearly burned the temple to the ground in the great city, it was determined that a center for the slave trade would need to be established well away from the more civilized parts of the Imperium, though this account may be exaggerated since the notorious Archon Vanerius Isar narrowly escaped assassination at the hands of an elven slave at the time. Because the new slave outpost would become wealthy beyond imagining, competition among prospects reportedly took over 20 years to resolve, resulting in great bloodshed in the frontier, well away from the Archon's eyes. Magister took arms against Magister, mostly in the form of small armies of serfs and mercenaries. Over half the slaves in existence allegedly died in these battles before Amerius was finally chosen, thanks to the marriage of Craven's son to the Archon's daughter. Within a mere decade, the mighty fortress was erected on the cliffs where Kirkwall now stands. Over 1 million slaves passed through its gates before the Imperium eventually fell, an unimaginable number by today's standards. The Craven family itself became patrons of the next 3 Archons and was one of the driving forces behind the extension of the Imperial Highway into the Ferelden Valley, a move that would cost them considerable political influence after the resistance of the Almari tribes. During its height, Amerius was a jewel to rival the mightiest of the imperial cities and the greatest center of civilization outside of Deventer. This place used to be hot shit. It is now no longer. Let's see. We check every room for loot. Uh-huh. Lots of little gem chips, it would seem. Hello! Surprise! Yeet him across the room. Ooh, box. A rope.
That's the Amel crest, I think. Mother described it once. Put that above your door and you better have the ties to back it up. Otherwise you just look old.
I see. Well, what's in it? Rope and Tiberius's documents. Here we go.
By all means, lead on.
If the mage Tiberius is still alive, he might be in the gallows. Find information about the letter and father's belongings that told of the death of an unnamed family friend. Interesting. Well, it seems that my brother and I are bonding somewhat over this nonsense. Surprise! It's me! Through the wall. Excuse me. Hopefully the coughing is not too loud. I'm trying not to cough into the microphone. Oh, hello. Get out of my house! Oh, hey! That's the Dragon Age 2 logo on these bags of something. I almost said corn, but there's no reason to think it would be corn.
Did that bastard Gavin put you up to this?
There's a lot of
I
traps.
slit his throat.
Meryl, no. Meryl, dear Lord, no. Go back here. Go back here, Meryl.
We're good to go.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you. Me, would you please?
That's how we did it back in Ferelden.
Hands up, right. Wake up. I'm thirsty.
This will be easy.
They were really trying to kill us.
I think they might have really been trying to kill us. I think so too. Hat. Aha.
I love doing that.
I also love when you do that.
That has to be the vault. If there's anything to learn about the family, that's where it is.
That should do it.
Nice. Grandfather Amel's will and testament. Found it.
So this is it? Grandfather's will? Let's
into
just
being.
take it back to Mother and be done with it.
I'll head for the door soon enough. I want to look around first.
I'm gonna clear out the rest of this place. Oh, never mind. I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Ah. I see. Okay. Well, good. Let's clear out all of these quests while we're here. Looks like we finished a whole bunch. Traditionalist Envoy. So which quest is this? Ah.
I think you let this get away from you.
You just stumbled on this? Can't say I'm surprised. Bloody fools.
You're welcome, I think. The boy! Mikey, it's Sandal!
Yeah.
You know!
Don't mind him, monsieur. Sandal's never been one for conversation. Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal.
Hello.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
It's so exciting! Dangerous, too.
You aren't worried about venturing into such a dangerous place?
Not with such fine protection. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Enchantment! Son's an enchanter.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill, but my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
He's scratching his butt.
I like enchantment.
I like enchantment.
He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
I love Sandal.
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never kept to the tried and true roads. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden,
Yay!
legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
You knew the hero Ferelden.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman. After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success. Ah, but surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Let's see what you have.
By all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Surface dwarves. In Orzammar, dwarven society is divided into rigid castes with houses that compete for power and prestige. But all that is discarded when a dwarf abandons the stone for the surface. Under the open sky, everyone is equal, or so the story goes. The truth is that thousands of years of tradition are not so easily tossed aside. Even though surface dwarves are officially stripped of their caste, many maintain a hierarchy among themselves along the old caste lines. Formerly noble houses are accorded more respect than casteless brands, who came up in search of opportunity. The poorest noble dwarf on the surface looks upon the rich lower caste dwarves with contempt. Upper-class surface dwarf society is roughly divided into two camps. Calnas, who insist on maintaining caste and rank, typically those from noble or merchant caste families, and descendants, who believe in leaving Orzammar's traditions underground and embracing life in a sunlit world. Maintaining some tie to Orzammar was seen for generations as the only lifeline for surface dwarves. Bringing surface goods to their kin underground and lyrium and metals to the surface was not only the most lucrative means of making a living, but also a sort of sacred duty, as many surface dwarves willingly accepted exile and the loss of their caste to better serve their house or patron. In recent years, many surface dwarves, particularly ascendants, have branched out. They started banks, mercenary companies, and overland trade caravans. They became investors and speculators in purely surface trade. These new industries have proven tremendous sources of wealth, but are looked down upon by their more conservative kin. For less affluent surface dwarves, association with a powerful Kalna can open many doors. They can get credit with dwarven merchants and are offered work opportunities by the powerful Dwarven Merchants Guild more readily, sometimes, than more qualified but less connected individuals. Cool. Ah, that's great. So good to see them again, and they're going to be joining us on our thing. It's canon now. Our family has many bags of corn. Yes, Verb. Bounty. Rescue the Viscount's son. Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marleau de Mar. Citizens of able nature, Viscount de Mar requires your aid. His son, Seamus de Mar, has been lost to uncertain company, and a safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Sensual Brand at his station in His Excellency's keep, and the reward for this act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin. Good to know.
I need a drink.
The Viscount.
When we're done in the deep roads, I'm buying everything.
I see.
I think I found something of yours. I had never thought to see this again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh wait, that's a dead end. Looked like I could scoot through there, but there's nothing there to scoot through.
Kirkwall is so dull.
If you don't like it, you can leave. Make room for somebody else who wants to get in.
Taffy? Taffy, here go.
Oh, somebody's looking for their pupper. The Chantry! Don't play cards with Canary. It's impossible to tell when they're bluffing. Sebastian.
Your family can rest now. Their killers are gone.
Excuse me, who are... My post to the Chanter's Board? Did Her Grace let that stay? I thought for sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Sirrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
His armor looks so much like the armor that is worn by Jean in later seasons of Ruby that I am so positive the person who designed that armor played this game. Down to the black hoodie. Tell me about yourself.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vale, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
See. Why was your family killed?
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
How did you survive?
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line. Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
I'm glad I could help you.
I hope their deaths bring you peace.
Thank you. More than I can say. I truly did not expect anyone but me to take up this cause. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
Thank you! Oh, goodness.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh. I will read that codex in a second. I need to blow my nose or I'm going to sneeze again. Ooh. Oh, the tail end of the cold is always the tricky part. Because you feel fine, and then all of a sudden, periodically, you sneeze, and your head explodes. Alright. Starkhaven. Starkhaven, the largest city in the Free Marches, sits on the bank of the great Minotaur River. River? All right, then. I remember my visit to the city quite clearly. I was taken up the river by barge, a cumbersome vessel that moved at a steady pace, and disembarked by the city's central square. An impressive space with marble fountains and surrounded by kingly estates. Starkhaven's wealth was truly a sight to behold. A path paved in granite led up to the grandest building I've ever seen. My guide indicated that this was the residence of Starkhaven's ruler, Prince Vale. We supped at the table of my guide's closest friend. I was presented with a variety of dishes from the region. One in particular stood out, fish and egg pie. Oh, like a fish quiche. Starkhaven's most famous dish. 3 deboned fish, caught just that day, were cooked in a porcelain vessel with boiled eggs, dried fruit, spices, and a thickened cream, all topped with a light crust. Superb. Ah, another one from Brother Gentivi. So I guess he's the one who's going to be telling us all about the various regions. Okay, let's go back down to, let's see, Hightown. Because there were other quests to hand in there. Yeah, there's one more. The Amaranthine Conspirator. Oh, a box. We cannot leave a box unattended. There might be stuff inside. extra healing to this character. Oh, cool. Oh, shibling. But never mind. Belt. Mana and stamina. Armor and fortitude. I'll hold on to that to give to our paladin friend. I know she's not strictly a paladin, but that's what I've decided to call her.
A Dalish elf? Here? Andarana Tishan's sister. Oh my.
I didn't know that we could talk to NPCs. That's cool.
Bounty hunter.
Don't give him an inch!
Let's finish this!
Of course, my dog. Kiki. Alright, and I believe that was everything on this part of the map. It was! We may find some stairs and depart. Tee-hee. Excuse me. Device counts keep. Should be an unbidden rescue. Family history. Gamblin's house. Oh yes, our house. We should look at all of the...
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
We found the will.
Oh, great.
Grandfather left everything to Mother and us. I guess he had some sense after all. See for yourself.
Oopsie. Uncle was a liar.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Oh. Our uncle was a liar, Mikey. Seems he took our mama's inheritance. I wonder. Oh. The connection just jumped to green, which actually might mean that it is safe now to share screen with you.
Or maybe you shouldn't and keep it green.
Okay, fine. Also, Ferb says in response to my previous comment about the fish pie, a fish quiche. A fish, if you will. Not one step further, Uncle.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is.
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
Did you even wait a minute?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
Our uncle is the shitbag.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing. You'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
No greater way to get your vengeance than to do so via spite. All right. Let's see if we can find some better stuff for moi. Let's see. We have... Willpower is the amount of mana we have. So let's get all that magic. Let's see, what do we want? Rock armor. Ooh. That's a mode. Mage hurls stone projectile. Tempest. Magical bolts of lightning stab down into foes across a wide area. Let's check what else we have first, though. What was that? Oh, that's haste. Heroic aura. Enhances the party's aptitude in battle for as long as this is on. Ooh. Yeah, I should probably get that. Alright, let's see. Requires level 15. I can't wear that yet. Freedom's Promise. Oh, and when I level up, this will get better. So let's take this one. We can give it to Meryl. Yeah, this is all physical stuff. Physical stuff. The mage things are all in the corner. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, Shiblin. Let's head back out. It's a me, and a she, and a you, and a you. Oh, wait. There's a letter at this house. A letter? Where is letter? I guess it's in the writing desk. Actually, while I'm here, I should get something for my brother to use. Two-handed. Okay. Two-handed, 40 physical damage, 21 physical damage. That looks like that's probably better. Grab that. Oh wait, that's the different one. Dogs of War is two-handed. I think this is rogue things. Yeah. Rogues and double-handed stuff. Okay. Alrighty. Ferb asks, how are we going to get that inheritance back? Would it be so sad if it's lost forever and we got permanently screwed because he's a dickbag? It would be so sad. Yeah. To play devil's advocate, says Doc, I understand where Gamlen's coming from. He's jealous. He's jealous of always playing second fiddle to Leandra. Not that I forgive him, but I do understand. And Ferb responded...
It's also a great foil for you, the dynamic of you and your brother.
The letter. Yeah, which is actually something that that they have commented on. And Ferb said, yeah, but it's one thing to steal our inheritance, and it's another that he's gambled it away. And Doc says, oh yeah, Gamlen was desperate for acknowledgement and approval, and when he didn't get that, he turned to bitter resentment, spite, and self-destruction. And Ferb said, it sounds very much like the road our brother might be headed down if he doesn't get his head out of the dirt. And I agree. The Bone Pit! Hawke, I've got a lead for you. A merchant I acquired goods from told me that workers have gone missing from his Bone Pit mining operation. He mentioned that the missing miners were for Reldon, which made me think of you. If you're interested, go hit up Hubert in the Hightown Market. Thanks, Athenril. Boop. It's time to duel inside the Bone Pit, yeah. Family history, the Bone Pit. Let's go to Hightown. How would you feel if we fought in the Bone Pit? Alright, everybody's leveling up. Let's see. We'll give you 20 magic, 20 willpower. Just make sure you have a good amount of magic. Of mana at your disposal. Let's see what we got. Entropy. Yeah, that's misdirection.
The only thing I'll say about you headed to the Bone Pit.
Yes.
Take Aveline with you.
Take Aveline with me to the Bone Pit? Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. When I head to the Bone Pit, I will bring her with me.
For gameplay reasons, not story reasons.
Okay. I'm happy the streams returned to normal. I had to drop out because it was unwatchable. Oh no! Well, I'm glad that it's back to normal now. Don't worry. I'll be looking into what, if anything, I can do. Unfortunately, I think just because of how it seems to be happening, I think it's just the internet. In which case, there's not really anything I can do. Which sucks butts. Alright, broski. Whirlwind. And charging. Killer blow. The mighty blow becomes considerably more punishing. Yes, please. Cool. Alright. Inventory time. Time for inventory. Here you go. Oh, it's funkalicious. I kind of love this staff. It's a bunch of little, like, stuffed animals tied to a tree. Yeah, the internet gods are indeed fickle, Masters Doc. You are correct. It suits Meryl, but I also really like this staff. Oh, I guess it works better for you. You can keep it. This whole time I thought they were a strange fungal thing. Yeah, they look like stuffed animals. Hold on, let me back out and then zoom in on Meryl. Yeah, they're like clay effigies of wolves tied up to this branch. I kind of love that. This is my aesthetic right here, and if it didn't work so well with your entire thing, Meryl, I would take it from you. Just no. This one does fire damage. Alright. Oh, Siblin, do you want a better sword? 21 and 12. This one does not improve with level up, so let's give you this sword. Oh, it's a big cleaver. Amazing. Fantastic. Alright, armor time. Fugitive's crown. Oh, this hat. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's fine. I'll put up with it. I do wonder if there's any... Let's see if there's anything in the options to hide the hat. Probably not, but let's find out. Yeah. Gameplay. Can I hide hat? No. I cannot hide hat. Meh. I'll go with that. I like my hair. It's okay. We have a naked woman being crucified on our back. That's true. We do have a cool naked lady staff. We can put up with it. Alright. Tell me about the bone pit, Hubbard.
Hear you're having problems with the bone pit. I can help.
Finally someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run off. Serves me right for hiring Ferelden refugees. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off.
way.
I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
I'm looking it up really quick. Hide helmet. Hide helmet? Yes, it is in options. Okay. It's apparently in options. I want to punch this man, says Doc. Oh. Bone pit's a little ominous, don't you think?
Your first mistake was naming your mine a bone pit.
The locals named the mine. Those fools say
I wouldn't
it's
worry
cursed.
too much about gambling.
That is why I hire Fereldans. They may be dull-witted, but they're not superstitious.
You do know I am a Ferelden person, right?
Mind what you say about my countrymen.
I was not referring to you, of course. My workers are a particularly desperate sort. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
I see.
You said some of your workers are Ferelden.
Of course. Who else would be pathetic enough?
Yes, all of them.
Self-depreciating,
An
don't do.
unruly lot, to be sure.
Uh-huh. What happened to them?
Surely the miners had good reason to leave.
I am at a loss. No miner has reported in, and no one takes me seriously.
The bone pit must be dangerous if people are afraid to venture there.
No, nothing like that. Pay no heed to local superstition. The bone pit is mostly harmless.
Oh, mostly, okay.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me more than those miners make in a year. The bone pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
Yeah, Ferb is right. Oh, those people suck. But not you, though. You're different. Ha 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 ha. Aha. There's a quest over here. Ba 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 da da. Do 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 do.
Watch yourself.
Do 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 do. Hello, Mr. Vennard.
You there, Ferelden. I wish to speak with you.
Yes.
I've heard you have dealings with certain elements in the city. You can get things done on the sly, as they say.
What's it you need?
Is there something I can help with?
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important, job. A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city. I'd like you to retrieve the fugitive and hand him over to the guard.
The person that Doc wanted to punch, by the way, Mike, was not our uncle. It's the fake French man. And he says, you know this dude's faking his French accent because he pronounced the H in harmless. I'm assuming the reason Doc wants to punch that guy is because of of how shittily he is treating his workers. He barely pays them anything. He makes them work in what is clearly an incredibly unsafe mine. And then he talks shit behind their back about how they're all refugees, and they're just so lucky to be blessed with employment because no one else would hire them, the stinky people.
I think you will be interested to see how one of the ways that you can conclude that quest.
Ha! Fantastic. What was the crime of the man?
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
I can't... Okay.
We're both intelligent people. There's something in the ruins, isn't there?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
What kind of creature?
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself. The guards say these things have already torn through a full company of men.
Ferb says, health and safety needs to have a word with this stinky Frenchman. He is a big, mean, stinky man. And he's, I believe he's Orlesian? That's where the French accent comes from, correct, Mikey? He's from Orlais.
Orlais, yes.
Yes. Why don't you just let the creatures eat him?
It would be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will
Fair.
not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Sounds good. Why don't you just send more guards?
I'm sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
If you ever want to sound ominous, just put a before or after your sentence subject. I had a sandwich. I did. Yes. Okay, I'll do it.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
And the very one I think we actually need to speak to. His name seemed familiar. I think this is the guy our mom wants to talk to get our estate back. Well, hot diggity dang. Alright, where are we going?
It's not so bad here.
Hello, Tiberius. What's up?
More mages. You talk. I'm going to ask the guards about their training.
Okay, bye.
I know your face. I am Tobias. You and that man are both Hawks. I remember your father. Malcolm was a good man.
I see. You wrote to my father.
I found a letter you sent. About a friend of his you could not name.
Ah, the Templar. Your father could not write to him directly, lest the Order find out.
The Templar?
He allowed your father to leave Kirkwall. Rule is not served by caging the best of us. A wise man.
That's surprising.
Not what I would expect from a Templar.
There was a time when the rules of the Order could be interpreted to suit a situation. Unlike these days.
There are classes about law interpretation. Language
I will send the letters I held.
imperfect.
It seems fitting that they return to family.
It is.
Why, thank you, good sir. He's giving us the letters back.
Such a friendship. Few like your father remain. Even fewer like the Templar. Rest well at the Maker's side, Sir Morivar Carver.
Okay. Cool. Got Dad's letters. They are somewhere. Oh, yeah, I need to ask somebody to put that in there later. Okay, cool. I want to finish everything in the city before I head out, though. Unbidden rescue. To the palace, I guess. Boop.
Who are you to talk to me like that, you bloody peasant?
Stop kicking the wall, please, sir. How dare you tell me not to ruin your shit?
There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
Oh yes, I forgot she was here. Oops.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear?
He didn't like it.
Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
Oh.
A lot of yelling for doing him a favor.
We killed a band of highwaymen. What does it matter whose patrol it was? It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
Whose patrol was it?
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Ooh, you shouldn't have made her mad.
Aveline!
Hello.
I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Oh, it's her.
Brennan, that route was yours.
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
You'd have been alone?
A lone guard isn't much of a patrol. Shouldn't need to be. That route was clear for weeks. First noise out of it was your big fight. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight. The satchel? Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though.
Was it?
Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the bag
so
of
the
mail
gets
was
heavy
heavy
the same
then.
day we discover an ambush.
I see.
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why.
Agreed.
And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
Your fellows are being set up.
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'll throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Let's go hand in the other quest that was in here.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day. How much longer do I have?
It's the same man. He teleported.
Insist if you must, but Viscount Dumas will see no one. If you've news of Seamus, I will relay it to
Seamus,
him.
not Samus.
Fine. Tell Dumas my scouts have tracked the boy and his Canary captor to the Wounded Coast. I'm taking a full company after them, and when I return, I expect him to make a show of the reward.
So many to deal with one Kunari seems excessive.
He may be Talvashoth. The Winters leave nothing to chance. Get out of my bloody way!
Okay, bye!
Yes, what is it?
Irish names are a doozy. Yeah, they can. They very much can be. It just looked so much like the name from like Metroid. for Samus, but it's not. Although it would be funny if hers is spelled the same way but said differently, because it would mean that her actual name is Seamus. Spelt Samus, pronounced Seamus, spelt Siobhan, pronounced Shivon. Yeah. True that. The Viscount's son was kidnapped.
Looks like I'm not the only one who saw the bounty posting.
Apparently so. And I am regretting it. As I told the others, Viscount Dumas' son, Seamus, is missing. We suspect he was taken by a Kunari. If you would like to try your hand at securing his safe return, feel free. I have certainly granted no exclusivity to the Winters and their violent approach.
Do you know why he was taken?
There must be suspicions about why the boy went missing.
Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. Until now.
There is truly nothing known. He is gone. And there have been sightings of a Kunari.
Perhaps it was an eloping.
The only complication is that Seamus is known to be of a sympathetic mind. He may have placed himself in danger, but it is danger nonetheless.
I'm kind of right, I think.
The Kunari are not wild in the city. Petition their leader for the boy's return.
The Arishok has declared that it is not his role to do so. Apparently their rebels, the Tal Vashoth, are hunted anyway, killed for what they are, not for what they may have done. That does not bode well for Seamus.
No, it does not.
This isn't a task for a guardsman?
Who cares? We need this.
There is a concern of appearance. If we used guards, it would allow Viscount Dumas' opponents to say this admits the Kunari threat because the city responded.
It's
in these
political.
times, public embarrassment is preferable to official embarrassment.
I understand. We might have gay boys, Verb. We may have a darling little gay boy trying to save a big gay Kunari.
The boy will be home soon enough.
Declare it if you like. But the reward goes to whoever brings him back
because of who
safe.
has written and
a discussion you are welcome to have with the Winters,
Dragon Age,
should you
it
encounter
is
them
abundant with gay
on the
people.
Wounded Coast.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of LGBT in here. The wheel of politics are slow to turn, unfortunately. Yeah, you are correct,
It
Doc.
gets gayer and gayer as the years go on.
I do hope.
Why did this increase Carver's friendship when he was all salty about it?
Good day, Sir Arthur.
He was very pissy. Oh. Family history. So we have more here. And then we have the big main quest here. And we have a couple of nighttime quests here. A lot of them are right there. And then we have a few outside. Unbidden rescue, herbalist tasks, magistrate's orders, herbalist tasks, and the bone pit. I see. Cool, then let's change up our party. Oh, right, we can leave the area without changing the party. My bad, hold on. Need to bring my friend back. I'll go to my house and do it there. Carver's word like that. He'll openly hate something, but he actually secretly likes it. Oh no! Is our brother a Sundara? Hey, Carver.
Thinking of life in Hightown?
We're still a long way from cowing Templars with our titles, sister.
Your attitude is stinky.
We took a big step with this. You should respect that.
Right. The glorious Amels. A noble lineage dating to the Third Blight. You know what that means. 700 years of people sitting around saying, wow, look how great we used to be. Mother didn't even want that life back until we got dumped here. And you only care because we're under Templar scrutiny.
Ooh, you're being an ass. Alright, fine, what would you do?
Very well, Carver. What's your plan?
I'd look forward. Make something new. Stop paying debts for old men. And if I had to go backward, I'm not looking for ancient names. I'd fix what's important. What went wrong.
We can't just go back.
We wouldn't need to if you'd done it right. Lothering was our home, not this place. We could have stood our ground.
And then we'd have died.
You could have stopped that ogre from killing Bethany.
Wow. Wow! Wow! Really? Really, Carver? Really? It's your fault her sister died. You were there also. You know. You share the blame, or I agree. Yeah, way to assign blame. Literally fucking wow, dude. Come on.
I mean, the thing is that you are often. Here's the thing. I'll break down his beef. Okay.
Oh, I know his beef. I'm just mad about it.
Well, I'll break it down. Here's the thing. It's the problem with leadership.
Yeah.
You are a leader, which means that you're given all the benefits of it. Like think about all the interactions between you and your mother, and Carver and your mother.
That's true. She does defer to
Your
us
mother
a lot.
barely, defers to your judgment and barely even acknowledges his existence. He feels unwanted, and he feels like the only way to feel that the same thing that you feel is to demonstrate his ability. And he feels like at every turn, which is true, by the way, but
yeah, it
at
is
every
true.
turn, you are the one who's assigned all of the responsibility, all of the, and given all of the praise when things go right.
That's true, and if that's the case, then that means the blame is mine too. You are right.
So unfortunately, the death of your sister is kind of your fault. You're the leader.
That is true. No,
that's how leaders function.
You know what? You are correct, Mikey.
But it's up to you. If you feel like Hawke would tear into Carver here, then that's fine too. Yeah. But I'm just arguing on his behalf, since I feel like there's a lot of people who just immediately write Carver off, as opposed to trying to understand his perspective.
Yeah, Doc says Carver feels the way that Gamlen felt, unwanted and a spare child.
Exactly. And as we've seen, that's not entirely wrong. He's ignored for the most part.
That is true, because he's a non-mage in a family of mages.
Yeah, well, think about even when you were like fighting your way through the Darkspawn. Think about how much, think about the interactions that your mother had with Bethany over Carver.
Yeah.
Carver is just forgotten.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the youngest sibling, so he didn't get to know our father well either, says Doc. Yeah. On an unrelated note, Z says, you know, your avatar in the corner does sort of look like she's wearing Flemeth's outfit, so, you know, maybe you could have saved the sister. Yeah. Now, thinking about it. Thinking about what you said and the way that I've been playing her, I think she probably would. I think it would probably hurt, but I think she'd agree with him.
You're right.
What?
I'd change all of that if I could. But we don't have that option, and you know it. All right.
Sister. I feel... I don't know. It's like Mother taking everything out on us. She was just scared. I don't have a place in the life she is trying to bring back. I'm here if you need me. But I must find my own way.
And you know what? That's actually a mature response. Thank you for the sort of apology. Wasn't quite an apology, but it was indeed an apology. He's got more for us.
Here, I got you something.
Why?
We ended on a tense note last time. Take it as you will.
Well, we gave him Dad's letters, so we can get to know him.
These are by father. Are you sure they aren't meant for you? I bet another mage could get more out of them.
I took him and then gave him back.
For your service that cannot be admitted, I ask that you accept this trinket and know that I shall respect your name. Thank you, Conscience of the Order, Sir Morivar Carver. Carver?
You are named
The
after the
Templar
Templar.
who allowed Father to leave Kirkwall. Your namesake.
Amazing.
A Templar? Have we met a Templar who isn't a colossal prig?
That it suits him. Ah. Z says that he's not sure, but he thinks that Leandra, our mother, is a mage herself, but he might be mistaken. And he says if she is indeed a mage, she could have done something as well in the fight to save our sister, which is true if that is the case. And Doc also says, as somebody who does frequently get into fights and arguments with his sister, I totally get where Carver comes from. Also, let me know if I have selected the wrong gendered title for you guys. I just, for some reason, seem to remember both of you saying your dudes. I could be wrong. It could have been entirely incorrect. I have arguments. Yeah, I'm a dude, says Doc. Okay, cool. I get in fights with my brother all the time, but I'm the older sibling of the two of us, so... I don't quite understand the younger sibling side of the argument, but I do understand what it feels like to be a sibling who feels that they are the neglected of the two, or that they don't matter as much as the other sibling. My parents have always favored my brother, even when we were little, so I do get where Carver is coming from with this whole, you know, you treat me like I don't really matter. So... yeah, looking at it from that point of view, his complaints make a lot of sense. Ferb says, I'm an only child, so I'm afraid I don't get that sibling experience. I didn't get that sibling experience. Yeah. Yeah, I think that Carver understands that, too. He seems like a good little brother. Doc says, I still love my sister. She's family, no matter how much we fight. We're still family. And I think that Carver also understands that. I think so. And Z says, and Z confirms, yes, he's a dude. He's from Canada. We have a lot of people who are Canadian that watch my streams. It's ironic.
Well, it's fitting, given that BioWare is a Canadian company.
Right? BioWare is a Canadian company. Sir Maravar was a good one. For the chanting Canada squad.
Father must have felt he was worth honoring.
A man who let him look ahead. And a name that would always mean skill thoughtfully applied.
Seems like he thought it held some promise.
Not a link back, but how to go forward. That's what I was to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say. Except... thank you.
Oh, Doc lives out in the desert in the US, he says. I got an achievement for giving him a gift! Cool beans. Where do I... oh yeah, I just leave. In order to party. There we go. Alright, Aveline, you're coming with me. To the mountains. To the coast. Okay, guys, sorry about the detour to drop Meryl back off at home. Oh, excellent. See. There we go. That looks good for her. She's our big shieldy lady. Brace for impact. Stonewall. Instead of leading, what's up, aha. That's a stun chance. Engage. Heavy swings that cleave through foes. Damage, 10% damage. Attack plus 10%. Actually, wait, let me look a little bit more at this. Perception, scatter, clears a fort. Ooh, a throw I like. Damage. While the shield is equipped, the warrior shrugs off extra damage. Immune to crits. I will take that. No crits for you. Aveline, I have presents. I have lots of presents. Oh, here's a sword. A pretty... Ooh, a gold sword. Oh, I didn't pick up a cool shield for you at my house. We'll have to do that on the way back. I promise we will. Extra healing. We'll get the rest of your gear back at our house. We're not going to take yet another... What did you name the dog? Oh, I didn't know we could name the dog. I didn't even see an opportunity to name this doggy. Because in our last game, we named him Bruce. If I summon dog and talk to dog, can name dog? No. Maybe I need to talk to Gamlin back at our house. That's what we'll do. Next time we go back to our house, we'll talk to Gamlin and we'll name the dog.
You've been associating with, Carver.
Talk to my sister. She's the one in charge.
Maybe, but I know you get around. This city's full of people who are dead set on ending badly. I don't want to see you end up the same way.
Oh, we can do it later?
You to stop spying on me help in the least?
No.
Oh my god, I forgot that we named Bruce. I just thought that was his for real name. Nope, Bruce was the dog's name. We named him that. That's really funny. Hello. Excuse me. Need to move this and this. Okay. Who wants to eat fire?
Ready.
Wahoo! Oh, I need to turn this on. Oh, I can have more than one on. That's great. Oh my god, did you see how far she flung that guy? Destroyed. Nicely done, Carver. Yeah, Carver's a kid. I think that Carver just needs somebody to at least somebody he sees as someone important. So in this case, I guess us or his mom or his late sister to take him aside and be like, hey, you're doing okay, my dude. Z says they named him Cerberus in Origins, and when once during a playthrough they named it Fleabag when they were romancing Morgan because she doesn't like the dog. I bet it's because she turns into a cat sometimes. Oh wait, what? I'm putting it into cunning right now. I want you to be able to unlock things. Now I need to get the power of stuff for you. What do we got? More force into each shot, hoping to stun an enemy. A significant... a 3% chance! Oh my goodness. More likely to hit an enemy. Ah, use it more frequently. Hail of arrows. Ooh. Nice. Alright, let's double check. So it's down here. Okay. What we're looking for is down there. There it is.
To arms!
There's a dirty joke in here somewhere, probably. Oh, there's the rain of arrows! Oh, that looks so cool, Varric. God, love Rain of Arrows. My favorite class in just about every fantasy game is anything that lets me use a bow and arrow. I am an archer at heart. I did it all the time as a kid, anytime we were allowed to use a bow and arrow at camp. They never let us do it in gym class, but when we found out that there was archery equipment that our school had, we were pleading for them to let us use it. Hello! Oh, they're down here.
And the world's rid of one more Canary. Easier than I expected. Call the men back. We've got an appointment with the Viscount. Isn't that right, Seamus?
Okay, Doc, have a good night.
You killed him. You Vashedan bitch.
That one of their words. See, that's why you need to be dragged home. You're playing too nice with those things. I'll wager you've gone even further than that. Haven't you, brat?
Bitch! Excuse you? Yeah, we'll be wrapping up shortly. As soon as we finish this quest, we'll be doing a nice hard save. I think, though, we might be right.
Sounds like he doesn't want to go with you. Competition? Well, you're too late. The Winters, I, have already claimed him.
Sirrah, if I must go back, so be it. But I will not see these...
Oh, he's got anime pro tag hair.
Spoiled shit. I'll cut out your tongue and charge extra for bringing you back quiet.
Oh my
goodness. And as for you, I could do with some entertainment while we wait for the others. Follow my...
Oh yeah, she very racist.
How about you? Don't give them
Take this!
Oh, she died fast! Oh.
Hard won and deserved.
Who did they shoot at from back here? What was that?
Of course we did. Dead and good riddance, but she said she was waiting for more. A lot more.
Well, let them come.
Strip the camp, and we'll ready a fitting welcome.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
hello.
make
Well, look at here. There they are. Wow, they're all dead.
Oh, Andraste. I've never seen so many corpses. So much blood.
You're doing okay. You're fine.
We'll get through this. Hold on a little longer. There may be more coming.
Wave 3 appears. Here they are. Summon dog.
Better luck in the next line.
You're pitiful. Give up now.
Oh, that's what they were shooting at before. They shot my dog.
One less to worry about. Another ball. Give them an inch. Go down.
Leave Varric alone. Ouch.
Finish this.
Good job, doggy.
A shard never lied, never coddled. You are worth his time, or you are not. They are not the brutes others claim they are. Take me to my father, and I will try again to make him see.
Oh my gosh. You knew this, Qunari?
It's clear this was not your first encounter with this Ashard.
I met him soon after their ship foundered. I had run again to escape the keep and my father. Ashard was to map the coast, to find an answer for the Arishok. I had so many doubts. Qunari have none.
I wasn't aware that Qunari take many friends.
Perhaps it isn't the right word. I am the Viscount's son, bound by everything that means. Ashard did not care. We were both seeking something. That was enough.
Do you want to bury him?
I confess I'm not sure what one does with a dead Qunari.
The body is no longer him, and is worthy of no special treatment. That is, apparently, their way.
I see.
Should his people be told?
They will know. Whether they will deign to acknowledge it, I have no idea. There was much of Ashard that I didn't understand, but it was so very worth trying.
I see.
The Viscount is clearly concerned about your safety.
The Viscount sends thugs to do a father's job. I was in no danger until his help arrived.
I see.
You could have told him this was your wish.
Keep your assumptions. He doesn't hear me. He's as tired of being disappointed as I am of bearing it. And now, Ashard is dead. It's not right.
Okay, I'll take you back to Kirkwall.
Let's go, Seamus. Your father will be waiting in the keep.
Then take me to him.
Goodness gracious.
Father.
My son. I thought I'd lost you.
Enough, Father.
Allow me to present one Sarah Hawke, Your Excellency. She fulfilled the bounty.
You have my gratitude. I hope you encountered no great difficulties on my son's behalf.
There were complications, but I was privileged to keep your son from harm.
I was told the Winters had involved themselves. Was there no way to avoid an incident?
They murdered my friend. Where is the concern for that?
It was my understanding you were captured alone. Foolishly traipsing about the coast as you do.
I was not captured. I was with Ashard. The Qunari. They are not monsters to be feared. If you would just try to understand, others would see as well.
Better that you were thought abducted than to have their influence suspected in my own family. Benign or not, it's too much.
You know what? I'm with Seamus.
I respectfully disagree, Excellency. Your son is showing considerable wisdom.
That is quite enough. My apologies, Excellency, for this intrusion into personal matters. There is no... Just move.
I said my piece. Oh wait, who... Aveline did not like that. Aveline did not like that I said that to him. I guess it's because he's a lord and I sassed him.
She expects professionalism.
Ah, well... Too bad. That's unfortunate, but,
Good day, Sarah.
I'm not a pro. Whoops. I'm not a pro. Sad face. Alright. And that will be all for this evening. We will be doing Stray on Friday for our long stream. And we'll see what of it we can get done. I don't know how much of it is left, but I'm pretty sure we're over halfway through. I don't think I've got any housekeeping stuff. I'll look in to see if there's anything else I can do about the stream, but it really seems like it's just the internet, so I guess we'll just have to deal with it. But it's okay.
We'll find a solution.
Yeah, we'll find some kind of solution. And the recordings that I'm doing are all nice and clean, so no worries there when they get up. But yeah, I hope that you guys had a great time. It's always wonderful to see you all here and to chat with you, even if we are on a bit of a delay. And I hope that I will see you guys on Friday for more Stray. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers over on Patreon, and give a special shout out to Jack Fox, Old Monster, A Ferb Among Us, Dizarin, and Revolution 72. Thank you guys so much for your continued support.